and welcome back onto the platform. It's a show. It's an audio program. It's a podcast. It's whatever you want to call it, and it's a show, and it's a program, whatever you want to call it, where we do stories with no thought whatsoever. My name is Ryan.
My name's Kevin.
Kevin has been picked up by a big bird and is flying away.
Help. Call the fire department.
I would contact the authorities, such as perhaps the fire department, if not for the fact that I was so busy recording this audio program for all of you listening at home.
Help.
Kevin's absence will weigh heavily on my conscience for the rest of my days, but I will sleep soundly. No, he's landed. Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going?
Good. How are the claw marks in your shoulders from when you were picked up by that big eagle?
Grievous and bleeding.
I would offer you bandages of some kind, if not for the fact that I was so busy
with the podcast.
recording. Yeah, you get it.
So let's get right into it, I think.
How are you today, Kevin?
I'm fine. I got picked up by an eagle, and now I'm
what was it
bleeding
like
out.
to soar above the sky and be free from all responsibility?
Terrible.
Be honest with me.
Awful.
Was there a moment when you got picked up by the eagle,
Yeah?
either immediately or after a few minutes, where you were like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
Mostly it was pain.
Gosh, gotcha.
Mostly it was a worry that he dropped me on a hard place. Mostly it was the knowledge that my ploy to eat a big egg didn't work.
I'm sorry. You've been talking about that big egg for a while. You'll get it one day, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I have it in my belly.
Oh, you did? You ate it?
I ate it. but
Hey,
he got-
congrats! You
Thank
ate the
you.
big egg.
Turns
Was
out
it yummy?
my actions have consequences.
Oh,
it was okay.
Yeah.
It was a lot of egg.
Was it worth being
No.
picked up by a big? No. Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Well, this is a good lesson. We have a lesson for you folks listening, and
Is
we haven't
it?
even started. I think so.
Because I disagree. This lesson has been nothing but terrible.
This lesson is: don't eat a big egg. If you can't stand the eagle, don't eat the egg.
Why do you never support me?
Because you didn't buy the big frying pan I made just for you, and instead you ate the egg whole, you slurped it down, and now your tummy's real big, and you know how that makes me feel. You could have made the world's biggest omelet. You could have made a name for us. We could have done something with ourselves for once in our goddamn lives, and instead you slurped it up.
Ryan,
But
we are doing something.
you're right.
We're doing a podcast.
We're doing... Thank you very much to somebody who sent in a suggestion. Kevin's coworker, Mark, who doesn't listen to the show.
Yeah, Mark doesn't listen to the show, and he's probably our biggest fan because of that.
Yeah. As a result, he's unfamiliar with the many multitudes of reasons why you should despise us personally.
Yeah, so...
Which is great.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a suggestion, and if you want to send it a suggestion, please send it in via Gmail at platform.pod.show@gmail.com.
That's right. You can also
Instagram us,
Facebook us,
TikTok us,
or just, send it, put it bury it in the ground and have the confidence that one day
or
it will be subsumed to the earth and we will know about it once we are absorbed into sort of the hive mind at the end of all creation.
or you could tell it to me while I'm on break.
Yeah. Or you could work with Kevin and just sort of chat with him.
Yeah.
And to that end, the word that we have as a suggestion for today, super funny. It's a really funny word, and that is because the word is anti-disestablishmentarianism. Thanks very much to Mark. Get it? It's funny because it's a long word.
It's a really long word, and also it's pretty funny.
Yeah, anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Meaning opposition to the disestablishment of the Church of England.
We talked about this a little bit before starting. Neither of us know much about the Church of England.
Yep.
I think I know that it was started because King
He wanted to get a divorce,
wanted
didn't he?
to get a divorce.
King
so
Henry,
he started
was
the
it?
Church of England.
Okay. I'm not going to stand by which king it was because I don't know anything about history.
Yeah, it was King Henry, I think.
Was it Henry?
It was Henry the Fourth.
If we're wrong
No,
about
Henry
this,
VIII. It was Henry VIII.
Henry VIII.
Double it.
If Kevin is wrong about this,
Don't
message us.
Do
and
not
correct
message
him.
us.
And if Kevin is right about
I don't
this,
care.
then also correct him because
Wow, just
Kevin
tell
needs
people
to be
neg
put
me.
in his place.
Okay. Let's get started.
Take him down a peg. Let's get started. Okay. That's our word. And I guess we should title the episode.
Yeah, we should.
So you go first, Kevin.
Anti.
Aircraft.
Landing.
Strip.
Yeah. Anti-aircraft landing strip.
Anti-aircraft landing strip. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get started.
Okay, may I?
Yeah, sure.
Boom! The doors, they slam wide open. Rolling down a cart is a man in a wheelchair with a guy pushing him and two aides next to him. The guy who's pushing the wheelchair never speaks. The two aides are talking to the old man. Everyone's in a suit, and they have what looks to be British flags on their lapels. They're running down this secretive-looking hallway with linoleum floors and floodlights overhead. They're heading to some kind of meeting, and one of the aides say, "Mr. Brimble, we have ourselves an incredible new product. We're going to show it to you right now, and it's going to revolutionize the English military."
What about you?
Well, Mr. Brimble, I'm fervently against it, and this surprise meeting called by Mr. Pegger is not going to be accepted into our foray into our military complex on this great nation and island of the British Isles.
Well, Mr. Quaker, we shall see what Mr. Pegger's dividends provide once we approach the board meeting.
I agree, Mr.
Have you forgotten
What
already?
the fuck did I say? Bicker?
But no, what definitely wasn't Bicker? Bindle?
Bindle, Mr. Bindle.
Wasn't Bindle either.
Mr. Biggle.
Biggle?
I think it was Bingle.
What?
I think it was Bingle.
You're saying a different word.
No, I'm not.
Mr. Bingle.
We could stop the recording and look.
We could try again.
Mr. Bingle.
Mr. Bingle.
Mr. Bingle, you are going to love it. Boom! They bust through some doors, and inside is a boardroom filled with only men. And a long table with the British flag. Right in the middle of it.
Was that the American national anthem?
The, like, cameras and the TV screens, they're all around in a big corner. They show maps of the world, and they show missile locations, and they show all these different things.
This is like a war room.
This is a war room.
This is like
the
Doctor
British war
Strangelove.
room.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They all get into the seats, and they put Mr. Bingle up at the head of the seats. He's a decrepit old hideous man. He sits down at the table, and the meeting starts.
Gentlemen, I take it you all know I have gathered you here today.
A spindly man stands up.
Is his name Mr. Spindle?
Arnold Spindle, sir?
Mr. Spindle, your exploits overseas speak for themselves.
I am proposing that, for the sake of those who did not get the memo, you explain why it is that we are in fact here. I know!
Mr. Bingle looks at him.
A terrible, terrible silence.
Sweat dribbles down Mr. Spindle's brow. Very well, you may take your seat. Quite right, Spindle.
The 8-foot man sits down.
He's 8 feet tall?
He's spindly.
Okay. Well, as some of you may have heard, last night was a night of extraordinary measures, the likes of which our great country, and as the Minister of Defense...
That's right, sir.
Thank you. I was just trying to remember why I'm here. As the Minister of Defense for the great British nation of Britain. Not the song. It's not the song. As the great Britain. Sorry, I fell asleep. As the one who should be leading this nation, everyone knows it. I'm just speaking what everyone's thinking. It is my shocking, it's to my shock that I announce that aliens have landed, gentlemen. They've landed in Britain.
Every single guy on this table is like, aliens. What are we gonna do about the aliens?
Have you heard about the aliens?
Oh, aliens!
I say,
My wife left me.
Silence, gentlemen. I know that this news will be shocking to many of you.
I'm shocked.
I know, Mr. Crumpet. I know. But
Give me a second. I'm going to have a little tea and a little crumpet. I'm better now. Please continue, Mr. Bindle.
That's not my name. It's Mr. Bingle.
Sorry, Mr.
Mr. Bindle is holding my bag for me.
I am holding the bag. I'm Mr. Bindle.
Thank you, Mr. Bindle. Now,
continue, Mr. Biggle.
It's Mr. Bingle.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Biggle.
Mr. Biggle standing next to Mr. Bingle says, really, my bad. I'll go take my seat.
In the back, there's a man, and he's like, "My name is Stuart. Is this going to be a problem?" Silence. Oh, now these aliens. Nobody knows what they want.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
What
Nobody
do they
knows.
want? What do they want?
They made a series of demands, but nobody knows for sure how we are to give them what they desire.
Mr. Bingle, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Stroompool.
Well, I have right here a list of demands. Demands.
They're making demands. I say it.
The first demand: all your stuff.
Gentlemen. All right, may I reiterate? All of our stuff.
All of this stuff. Not
some of
Mr.
it.
Mr. Bingle, I'm
Yes.
sorry. There seems to be a misunderstanding.
Yes.
All. Not all. All.
Yeah. Yes.
O.
They have already intercepted our British turn of phrase.
No, I think it's...
They are becoming one of us. Gentlemen, they could be any one of us.
They could be any one of us.
Shut the doors! He hits a big red button and the room turns red and like all the doors lock.
A guy just hits a blue button, all the doors unlock.
What?
Sir, I think it might have been a typo.
Sounds like something a fucking alien would say.
No, I believe it is to be a typo.
Well, let me look at that. And he peers at the piece of paper. There's like a little bit of a coffee stain on the A, and he's like, "Oh, carry on."
Demand number 2.
Yes.
A corgi.
His Majesty won't be pleased about this. His Majesty. Sidebar: King of England still has corgis, right? I know the Queen did.
I don't imagine he killed all the corgis.
When the Queen died.
What, do you think he takes the raid and he kicks all the dogs out? I
don't know.
Now my mother. My mother. I don't know.
It's his mom.
Now my mother's dead. I can get rid of all these stupid fucking dogs.
These mutts.
Here's my red portrait. It was used with the blood of the corgis. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
And now, finally, for the real royal pet. The gecko. The royal gecko. Yes, his Majesty won't be pleased about this.
Well, I will note, doesn't specify it needs to be His Majesty's corgi. Could be some commoner's corgi.
Well, of course, we want these aliens to respect. These aliens deserve respect. And all of us are in agreement.
Hello? I'm speaking for Mr. Morgie when I say that this demand is impossible. Mr. Morgie, right here, it's a corgi in his suit.
Explain yourself, Morgie. Well-reasoned, Morgie.
No, well-reasoned. He's a great orator.
He's a corgi.
Gentlemen, please! The third.
The final demand.
After this one, it's the final demand.
So there's 4?
There's 4.
Okay. I thought there were 3.
No, this one's the final one, then it's the most final one.
So this is the penultimate one.
No, that was the
I don't mean to split hairs.
You're right.
I have no hair. I'm bald.
It's true.
I'm very old.
He is bald.
Silence! Read the third one.
License to make a Aliens Invading Britain miniseries on the BBC. On the BBC. I'm actually in favor of that.
Silence. All of these conjectures, gentlemen, we will put to a vote once all of the demands have been read. Now, finally, the final demand, Mr. Crumbly. Whatever your name.
My name is Crumbly.
Crumbly.
The final demand, sir.
Crumbly.
And I don't think you'll like this one.
Well, what is it, man? What? He can't say it. Why can't he say it? Mr. Crumbly, we are waiting. The very people of Britain herself. That's not our national anthem! The great people of this great land are hanging upon your every word. Their lives are in the balance, Crumbly. Say the last thing on the piece of paper.
A little smooch from the king. From the king.
He hits the panic button again.
I'm not stopping it this time.
All right, gentlemen, it's worse than we feared. I'm afraid that the aliens are demanding a little teeny, a little smooch, a little peck of the cheek from the king, the king himself.
The king of England.
That's... Get him out of here. Who keeps playing that? Get him out.
It's non-diegetic.
Now, gentlemen, you have all been briefed.
I'm brief.
Mr. Brief, thank you for being here.
Let me brief you.
Yes, Mr.
The
Brief.
king will not allow it. The king is a happily married man. Smooching is, I'm going to check our data, gay. And so the king will not do it.
No, the king will not do it.
The king won't do it.
Yeah, and Mr. Bingle,
Bingle.
Slams his hand on the desk, and he says, "Gentlemen,
Mr. Bingle.
I have been the Secretary of Defense of this great nation for 47 years. I've seen crises upon crises grieve this country, and I say the king will smooch the aliens. No, we will make him. I'm assembling a team, a task force, if you will. Only the most elite, the brightest, the strongest, the fastest, the sexiest. And they will grab the king. They will pin down his arms. They will pin down his legs. They will pick him up. They will carry him to the head of the aliens, and they will force him to smooch the alien. The very lives of our people depend on it.
But who will lead this task force?
You're looking at him. The serum.
No, not the serum.
His assistant that's pushing the wheelchair that hasn't talked puts like a syringe in his arm and injects him, and he goes, the power! And he stands up, and he's like pulsing and muscular now. And he says, "Gentlemen, I shall usher in a new age of British security." Stop that! I am not the haggard man you once knew. I am no longer Mr. Bingle. Call me...
Mr. Biggle.
Call me Mr. Biggle. For I am bigger than all of you put together.
Mr. Biggle?
Yeah.
Need I change my name? My name is Biggle.
Mr. Biggle, you are fired. Tender your resignation, and His Majesty thanks you for his service. Goodbye. Everybody say goodbye to Mr. Biggle.
Goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Biggle.
Goodbye.
Bye. Now then, my elite team, we will go forth. We will capture the king and his corgi, and we will meet the aliens on the top of Buckingham Palace. It is the only way. Gentlemen, God save the king.
God save the king. God save the king.
And he does the British salute, which is different from the American salute. And then his assistant hits the button, and the floor opens up. And he and he shoots out the bottom of the aircraft carrier that they were on this whole time.
Meanwhile, sitting at his royal palace.
Your Majesty, It appears you have received a telegram. We still do those, I guess. You have received a telegram from the Secret Service informing you that they have a routine. They've assured me it's a routine meeting later this afternoon. If we have made your schedule available to converse with them in the briefing room. Is your tea to your liking, sir? Okay. You've been grunting a lot lately, sire. Is everything quite all right? Everything okay with Camilla? Everything okay since you killed Princess Diana? Right. Well, just checking. Anyway. Through the window jumps Mr. Biggle, the incredibly buff old man, followed by a cavalcade of colorful characters, which we will now name.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, coming down, is Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is in there.
Sherlock Holmes is there.
Indubitably elementary.
And any tucking and rolling is Captain Britain.
Captain Britain. It's like Captain America.
It's like Captain America. He has he has a shield, but it's like a saucer that you would put a cup of tea on.
Cheerio, chums.
And followed by
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Who am I?
His name, as everyone knows, is Doctor Who. That's why the show is called that.
Yeah.
And then also Wallace and Gromit are here.
What? Grob what?
And Gromit says is his catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then last but not least
but certainly not least
is
of course
Miranda. From the lovable British sitcom Miranda.
Yeah.
She's just like a normal British woman.
Hello.
She's like kind of tall.
Howdy.
And all of them strike a pose. Who do we have? Sherlock Holmes, Captain Britain, Doctor Who, Wallace and Gromit, and Miranda. The six of them.
And Mr. Bagel.
Yes, the six of them form like a formation. They strike a pose, and the song plays.
Do 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 do.
And Mr. Biggle says, Mr. I was going to say President, Your Majesty. We've come for you. Yes, Your Majesty. You have heard tell the aliens on top of Buckingham Palace. They are here to lay waste to our population. They possess technology far greater than our own, Your Majesty. Yes, I say, says Sherlock Holmes. Wibbly wobbly, says Doctor Who. Pants, says Wallace. Says Gromit. I wish I was in a relationship, says Miranda. And
Britain,
says Captain Britain. The butler to His Majesty King Charles says, You will never get away with this, His Majesty will never succumb to ruffians like you. Guards, face them! And the red coat guards with the big puffy hats come out, up, changing of the guard, and they form like a formation with muskets.
Not muskets, they take out their assault rifles.
They have assault rifles. They take out their assault rifles, form like a blockade in front of the king, and Mr. Biggle says, I thought you might do some namby-pamby nonsense such as this. And Miranda goes forth and she's like,
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Ha ha ha. And she like falls over a little bit and all of the...
damn. Oh, my
the guards... They all like rush to help her. And the king says... why is he Scooby-Doo?
The fuck up and keep fucking doing it.
And as all of the guards are distracted by Miranda falling over in a silly way, Captain Britain puts the king in a sleeper hold.
Oh, Scotland as well.
And the king fucking passes out. Nighty night. And
I've just found the corgis, says Inspector or Sherlock
Inspector
Holmes.
Gadget.
No, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes says, I've just found the corgis. It was a rather cunning caper.
Oh, well deduced, says Wallace.
Gromit.
Says Gromit. And all of them repel back out the window. From whence they came. Miranda gets pulled across the floor.
dear.
And she says, bye, boys.
Bye, miss. Bye, miss.
And
Bye, miss. Bye, miss. Bye, miss.
And the butler says, no! And all of them are on the roof now.
Meanwhile, on the roof.
The aliens are sitting around having a chat. So,
So this is the passport agency?
is this where we show them our passports?
Slam!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa, they're here. Okay, who are these guys? Aliens. Hey, that's us. Yep. Hello.
That's us. Hi.
Hi. We come in peace.
Well, that's good.
It's good. Pretty cool. Nah, nice. Historically, there's not a lot of precedent for that, but I'm glad you're making a change and turning it around these days. We have brought what you asked for. We have brought the king.
Oh.
Hold him forth, Captain Britain.
Wales! The king groans.
We have brought forth the corgis. Show him, Sherlock Holmes.
Here you are. Oh, wow.
And your last demand, all of our stuff, we will make haste with.
What?
And in return, and Mr. Biggle is walking slowly towards them. He's like this huge strapping man. His muscles are glistening in the British afternoon light. And he's like, in turn, I've made certain that you will encounter no resistance in the subsumation of this great nation of ours. In exchange, I ask for only this ultimate power. I have served under the thumb of the monarchy for 40-something, however many it was, years. And for too long, I have lived in the shadow of His Majesty the King and that dolt, the Prime Minister. Ooh. As the Minister of Defense, I know that it should be me ruling this country. I will give you whatever you ask for. And in return, your vastly superior technology contains all of the potential to make me the true ruler of this nation. Perhaps together we can rule the world, rule Britannia. Perhaps we can make it so that once again the sun never sets upon the British Empire. And all of the members of the task force are like stunned into silence. Sherlock Holmes.
Except for Gromit.
Gromit is like, yes! God save the Minister of Defense. And Doctor Who is like,
Who?
And Sherlock Holmes is like, oh. And Miranda's like, oh my God. And
Captain Britain.
Captain Britain is like,
the Isle of May.
And the aliens, in return, they look at each other and they sort of huddle and whisper to themselves.
Hey, so
This is like,
so Mark, right?
yeah. What's up?
You said
Yeah,
that this was the
the passport
Foreign
office, the Foreign Affairs office.
yeah.
Well,
We just got off a plane from Toronto.
yeah. I'm gonna
You brought me to the roof of what? Yeah, looks like Buckingham Palace.
I'm gonna be real with you, Jared. This kind of opportunity doesn't come around often.
What the fuck are you
in
saying,
life.
Mark?
Jared, Jared, listen to me.
What the fuck are you talking about? This man is 16 feet tall,
He's covered in muscles, Jared.
and he thinks we can give him Britain
Yeah. He thinks we have technology. He thinks we're from outer space. You know why?
because we're Canadians.
Because I told him that.
Why
Jared.
did you tell him,
Jared, how's the job search going
that?
back in
Stop
Ontario?
lying to
Jared.
people.
Jared,
What are you doing, Mark?
inflation is out of control. in Canada.
fuck are
The
you
price
talking-
of living is soaring, Jared.
What are you talking about?
We couldn't make it in Ontario,
I'm
man.
aware of that.
I'm 3 months behind on my rent. Wait, talking too loud. 3 months behind on my rent, man. Okay, the
sure,
only
yeah.
way we're gonna get out of this hole that I've dug us into
We can't restart
is
the
by
British
pretending to be
Empire.
aliens.
We can't.
and getting everything from the Minister of Defense, who is historically like beleaguered that he is not the one running the country. Okay, I googled this
you-
really
yeah.
quickly, and then I hired a helicopter.
I'm aware of everything that happened. I was there. And every single
We're in-
time
we're
when
in too
I
deep,
a-
Jared.
and every single time when I asked when do we get to the passport office, when do we show them our passports, you kept saying
Soon.
soon,
Soon,
And
man.
I believed you, even though you're a liar.
you shouldn't have.
You're a fucking liar.
I am.
You ate my girlfriend out. I know. I
Is that what
seen
this
the
is
text.
about? Is that what this is about?
I think this
is this the time
yeah.
for this, man?
I think it really is.
Meanwhile, Sherlock Holmes is like, it's pretty high up here. Is that what this is about, man?
Okay.
You're gonna bring this up
I
now.
thought this was a new beginning. I was okay with you eating my girlfriend out, but now I don't know if I am.
I did everything for you, man. This is all for you.
Did you
I gave
eat
up
my
my life.
girlfriend out for me?
That was different, man. It was a long time ago. It was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, when all the trouble started.
I've changed, man.
Have you?
This is different.
Because you're wearing a shiny chrome outfit
Yeah.
and a bubble on your head,
Yeah.
and you're trying to convince this old, like 16-foot tall muscle man
What's taking so long?
that you're an alien. So I don't think things have changed.
Chicken
Mark.
is so expensive.
Well, how is restarting colonialism gonna fix the price of chicken?
If we do it, then we can do it.
No, we
not
can't just
bad.
be the next boo.
I didn't think that far ahead. I was just like gonna give him to like give us a bunch of stuff and maybe
Give me
we
a bunch
can,
of stuff?
maybe
What?
we could live. Maybe I didn't think it through. Okay, maybe I didn't think it through. Maybe I didn't think through cocking you with your girlfriend. All
Holy
right?
shit!
Okay. And everybody can hear this now. Mr. Biggle, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, they can all hear it. And he's like, okay, maybe sometimes in life
Yeah.
you just hit a wall. Okay, sometimes
well, so
sometimes
what do you do with that wall? You have sex with your best friend's girlfriend?
sometimes you just get a BFA and you don't know where you don't have a
Don't
direction
talk
in
about
life.
your BFAs just because I went to engineering school.
Yeah,
You
sometimes-
stupid idiot.
Sometimes you don't have a
You
direction
dumbass.
in life. Sometimes you don't have a direction in
What
life.
direction are you going now?
I'm making something for myself.
You're making something for yourself. You're making colonialism again. I don't want to see you.
This is it? You're just saying goodbye?
Sorry, we're having a conversation.
Do you mind? We're going through something. Says the king.
Look, okay,
Jared,
I've humored you this entire time, but I think at this point I have to tell them we're not aliens.
We've gotten this far, man. It's just one push further.
What are we gonna do?
We don't have to make Britain great again or whatever the fuck. Okay, that's not what it was about.
That seems like it was about
That's
that.
never what it was about.
But what the fuck was it about, Mark?
I just want to like own a home and like have grocery money, and I just want you to be my friend, and I made a mistake,
the
and I'm in too
ends-
deep, and I don't know how to apologize.
You
I don't know how to apologize. I thought I could make it up to you.
Listen,
sorry.
okay, it's like all you had to do was say, "I'm sorry that I had sex with your girlfriend and I spent all your money in a casino." You just had to say that. You didn't. You didn't have to tell me that Google offered you a job in England.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry that
It's really not, but
I'm sorry that I cheated on you with your girlfriend.
yeah.
I'm sorry that I lied to you.
And then you spend all our money in a casino.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
Okay.
The YouTube videos made it sound so easy.
Yeah, but okay. Well,
I'm
excuse, Mr. He says
Yes.
to Mr. Biggle.
Yes, have you decided?
Mr. Biggle, I don't know what my friend Mark told you, but we are not aliens. We are Canadians. And this is we lied to you. We tricked you.
What?
Yeah, we tricked you, Mr. Biggle.
But the serum.
What serum are you talking about?
I would.
Is
Nothing.
that Doctor Who?
Yes.
How'd you get the actor for Doctor
Hello.
Who?
Who? And Sherlock Holmes says, it would appear this case is closed. And Miranda says, Jesus Christ, it's really high up here, guys. How are we going to get down? And Gromit says, I was never in favor of colonialism, just to be frank.
Wallace says, Gromit, you terrible old boy.
And Captain Britain says,
Like the northern part of England.
and
The king says, finally, da, 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 da.
and they all start singing along. And the Canadians get back in the helicopter, fly into the distance, and as the heroes disperse gradually one by one, Miranda getting helped off the roof by Captain Britain. Sherlock Holmes hopping into the TARDIS with Doctor who says one last time,
Flibbity wibbity, skibbity wobbity, timey wimey, schlorny malorny,
who? And
Wallace
gradually one by one,
Gromit
Wallace
getting
and
into their
Gromit,
little car.
Yeah, they drive away.
Mr. Biggle.
Until at last, it's just Mr. Biggle left standing on the roof of Buckingham Palace.
And with the king.
With the king. Your Majesty, you're right. I shall tender my resignation in the morning.
He stomps across Buckingham Palace and drops down. The king, left on the roof alone with a corgi, looks down at the corgi and says, The corgi responds,
Yay!
Yay!
Well, what a tale for the
I
ages.
promised the next one was going to be normal.
We really busted out all the IPs for this one, huh?
Right.
We got Wallace and Gromit. We got Miranda from Miranda.
Is that a real show?
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you just made that
No,
up.
look at Miranda. It's like a funny British sitcom.
Oh, okay.
From like the early 2000s, I think, or
Who's
the
in
late
it?
90s. What?
Who's in it?
I think her name is actually Miranda. I forget. Anyway, we had Doctor Who, and that's his name.
There's Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, yeah.
We had
Captain Britain.
Captain
all of them,
Britain.
yeah.
All, yeah.
And we learned a valuable lesson, I think, from that. What was the lesson?
Colonialism is never right. Even if you think... Don't be the bigger boot. Don't ever be the bigger boot of capitalism. Don't, like, push someone down just so you can get ahead.
Yeah, we'll
Don't
never
do
be
that.
political on this show.
I'll never be political on this show, but don't do it.
Neither of us. Yeah.
Also, it's a piece of bullshit that the English church has been disestablished.
Yeah,
it's
and we are-
fucking horseshit.
We are against that.
We're anti it. We're anti-disestablishmentarianism. And that's really the name of the game.
That's really the name of the
everybody.
game,
That's
huh?
really the name of the game.
Yep.
You just keep doing that, and eventually you'll have a girl of your own, kiddo.
What was the name of this episode? Something about aircraft landing
Yeah,
strip?
anti-aircraft landing strip.
Great. They were on an aircraft carrier.
They were on an air.
Full circle, baby.
Full circle.
We sucked the 3-pointer.
We sucked our cocks, and everything was good.
Well, thank you so much for listening,
Yes,
everybody.
thank you for listening, especially you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark. If you have a suggestion that you want to inspire an episode with, shoot us a message.
Shoot us a message.
Shoot us a message.
Just give us a little thing, and
follow us on the
Social?
podcatcher of your choice.
yeah, listen to
however
us,
you listen to
subscribe
this.
us.
A side note, we recently hit 20 like subscribers, 20 little,
That's
20
incredible.
little followers, and like,
Oh my god.
yeah, I've just kind of been thinking about it. It's very thank you to everybody who listens to this show. We have a lot of fun making it.
Yeah.
We it's a recurring joke, but you know, obviously we don't make any money out of it. It's kind of a
true.
small show, but like 20 people have decided out of their day that they want to like listen to whenever we make a new one, and that's kind of
That's
nice.
really nice.
So
thank you so
everybody.
much. It gives us tremendous energy to keep making cute little stuff like this.
Yeah, the internet has an egregious way of like conflating numbers and making huge numbers seem small.
But 20 people, that's like a small theater.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, anything else you want to add, Kevin?
Yeah. I would like to say stay dangerous,
Yep.
be terrible,
Yep.
and never want to see you again.
Yep.
I'm just joking. Stay safe. Be lovely. We will see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
See you next time, everybody. That's not the British national anthem?
I know.